Hi, welcome to the channel and welcome to a new video. It's a vlog. Not a chance to get out and look at any new vans, although 2025 models will be getting announced over the next couple of months, and hopefully I better go and see some, review some for the channel. Now another dealer's gone, another dealer's finished. Now I only know this because Andrew Clark, who is on the Facebook page, on the Caravan Industry Experts Facebook page, and also is a keen follower of the channel, messaged me yesterday and told me this, and I didn't know that, so thank you very much to Andrew. And it's the Caravan Company's Northants branch. Now they've only got 2 branches, and the one at Dorset is still at Wimborne, which I went to many moons ago. That's still operating as normal, but the one at Findown, I think you call it, in Northants, has now shut. Now, ironically, about 18 months ago, I was there at that dealership. I did a couple of reviews. I think I did a little Eldis 302, 2009 or something from there, 2010 or something. And 1 or 2 of the vans I think I did from there as well. And I did a van for Practical Caravan in my Caravan used by buying guide that I do in Practical Caravan each month. Now it was a very, very cold day when I went, a very bright but very, very cold day. There'd been heavy frost the day before, and when I got there, to be quite honest, I was a little bit disappointed really, because I thought it was going to be more of a swish sort of front dealership, but it wasn't. You sort of went into it, and it was like, yeah, a bit car park, and it was like, as you went through, there was a bit of like rough ground at the back, and the vans were sort of were quite tight together, and I didn't think, particularly very well laid out. Now they had some vans that they were slashing prices off there at that particular time, and I asked the salesman, he said, oh yeah, knocking a lot of money off them, he said, just to clear them. And there were sort of like 2008, 2005 vans, all looked in pretty reasonable order. He said they'd sold a few that month. Now that was sort of middle of December, which was obviously not the time for selling caravans. But also, if anybody remembers watching my video when I was there, and I can't remember what the video was called, but if you search down the videos, you'll see I went round the back, and they had a few vans around, as they do dealerships, and there were some undercovers, and there was Carlight, Castleton, these are all names, Cheltenham, so if you're a modern caravan you probably won't have heard these names, and also an Alpha Sport, which was again a very rare caravan actually, and it was one that they did the caravan touring record back in, gosh, when would it be? Because when did they launch the Alpha Sport? 70s, so about 77, 76, 77. Like a big wedge type van, not particularly very well made, quite a very sort of what they call it, design, very ahead of its time. Sold very few, going to make them again in the about 85, but they never did. Now there's quite a few vans around there, and I just hope that those vans have not been scrapped or going for scrap. I don't think they will be. Now I know one of the owners of that dealership, the Caravan Company. Some of my granddaughters here trying to, what do you want? What do you want? You can't be on here. No. Right. She's just come to cause me havoc. Andrew Scott, who is one of the owners who started up the Caravan Company, he's got quite a track record back in the caravan industry. He did have quality caravans at Leicester, and he built a very big sort of quite a nice showroom and upstairs with it and everything, and basically it just stopped, it just closed down. And then I saw Andrew again when he started the Caravan Company. He was just doing used tourers, and a few years ago now they decided to do a few new vans, and some of those were Swifts, and basically she wants her shoes putting on. So I try and get 5 minutes to do a vlog. I'm on childminding duties this afternoon. Just hang on a minute, I'm just going to have to put her shoes on. Sorry about this. Right, I'm back with you again. I had to put her Crocs on for her. I've probably put them on the wrong way round. Yeah, so basically they'd started to deal with new caravans as well. I think that was Coachman and Swift. Now Andrew won't be a youngster anymore. Has been in the industry a long time, so I think possibly there's been some. I mean, maybe the land was leased, and the lease has run out, and they've just decided not to bother renewing it, or maybe they've been offered a good bit of money for if it's their land to be built on, or the owner is going to get built. The owner of the land is going to build on it and do away with that. So I feel sorry for all the staff were there. There wasn't a lot of people, I don't think, that worked there, but it's still people's jobs at the end of the day. And it's another caravan dealer that's gone in the Northants area. Don't forget, White Arches was just about on its last legs, and luckily, as I say, Spinney bought that. There's another dealership there called Elite Caravans. Now they've been there a long time, and it's a long time since I last went there. The last time I went there was 2010. So, shoes come off again. Sorry about this. This is just ridiculous, isn't it? Right, she's tootled off now. So yeah, we don't know what's happened there, but that's in the dealership. But Elite Caravans, I went there in 2010, and I've forgotten the chap's name now, but he was really good, and he was selling then the Geist caravans. Which were LMCs basically, but supposedly built to a UK spec, and he dealt with Tech as well, and one or two others, but he just does used, and he always seemed to me, he's got a really nice display area there as well, so you've got them there still in that area, but it's not a good reflection of how things are if the dealers are shutting down now. Especially when I sort of remember the period when I was a child, and I can remember, well, it'll be about 10, 11, and I can remember there was a dealer everywhere you sort of seemed to go. And I mean, when you look at Sprite dealerships before they went soulless in '73, Sprite had about 150 dealers in the UK alone, and Eccles and Fairham, the big manufacturer, Caravan International. And there was lots and lots of dealers about because the market was very, very buoyant, and there was new manufacturers all the time. So a new manufacturer would set up and find a dealer fairly quickly, because some dealers literally operated from the back of the houses if they had a bit of spare land. That's in the I think I tell you that in the Caravan in 1970s book, which is a book you should, if you're interested in that era. About caravan extra, about your hobby, go and get that book, because I know I've written it, I'm about to say that, but I think you'll find it interesting how sites changed and what was happening. So dealers going, and it's not good. 2025, what's it going to be like? I just don't know. I just haven't a clue really at the moment. I'll have to get some more vibes out from some of my dealer friends that I know. Let's see what's happening now. Some used stock I've noticed has been discounted, especially things like the older Bailey unicorns now. They're sort of knocking them out a little bit cheaper than what they should have been. They're starting to look a bit dated really as well, and some of the older vans are looking dated, which you'd expect. Things have moved on. But there's still plenty of Lunas out there on the forecourts, although I can see within the next couple of years that will have dramatically dropped a lot go off the road. But there you have it, and I just hope that we're not going to see any dealers go. Now, when I was up at Shapa, if you watch the video, I mentioned that other dealership. Now, I was just talking to Fiona Stewart, who has a little silver line, and she was telling me that dealer is up for sale. He's only been dealing with caravans a couple of years, but she spoke very highly of him, and unfortunately sounds like they're selling up there. So, especially in sort of Scotland, I mean, that's another dealership I was going to mention. I don't know if I mentioned it on one of the vlogs. And that was, I can't remember the name of it now. Amazing how it escapes you just as you're doing your video. But they had Border Caravans, which were at Carlisle, and Border had been there for many, many years. And they also had a place at Dumfries Caravan Centre. There was a guy called Ben that had it, and I remember going in, must have been about 2006 maybe. And they had a lot of vans there because in the accessory shop they sold my greetings cards. They sold the full range. They sold a range of caravan greeting cards, watercolours of caravans of yesteryear in certain scenes and what have you. And it's been a company called Grove, well, still is a company called Grove Products that supplied to the caravan industry, to showrooms and what to the accessory shops. And they used to stock them for a few years, and I used to go into caravan dealerships, and there were my greetings cards on display. Now, so yes, Dumfries Caravan Centre, that closed down as well fairly recently. And there's another little dealership up the road from that, and I can't remember the name of that one, but it was a Fleetwood dealership, and it was a chap and his son, I think, running it, and they came to see me at the Glasgow show actually, and they said, "Oh, you don't remember it, but you came to our dealership, we're up near." I said, "Yes, I do remember now." And they're just about finished, I think, from what I can gather. I think they're doing a bit of trailer stuff, but I don't know if they're doing caravan sales anymore. After Fleetwood went into liquidation, I think after Fleetwood stopped really, I think they just went into selling used vans. So Scotland has lost a lot of dealers over the years. So really, you've not got a lot of dealers now in Scotland. Hence, I think that's why some of the English dealerships do quite well at the Glasgow show, because Campbell's I know do especially well. Not Campbell's, sorry, Preston Caravans, ex-Campbell's, down there about half an hour from me here. They've always done well in Scotland, and some of the others such as Kimberley do, and also, who else is there? Ropers as well. They go there and they seem to do alright. And Bardsley Leisure, which I bought all my last few vans over the years from there. They're just at Ulverston. Must do another video from there again at some stage. Did one there last year on a Bailey motorhome, and I think we did one on a Bailey Grande, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember now at the top of my head, but anyway. So and we've got Adventure Leisure up at Cumbria, which is my old friend Michael Hull, who used to be running Barons at Darlington and Barons at Chorley, and that's just those days in the 70s, even into the early 80s. There was still a lot of small dealerships around, especially sort of in this area here. There were still little dealerships who had a main franchise. I mean, that's how Barons started off. They were selling caravans from behind the bungalow where they lived in Blackpool, and when I was 13 or 14 I used to cycle the mile or two and just go and park my bike up and just look round the Swifts of 1969 and Silverlines and what have you. So anyway, that's going to be the end of this vlog, and I do hope to do some more soon. I hope to get out and do some used vans again. And again, big thank you for everybody that keeps commenting. Trucker, Kevin, Flood, Paul, is it Bowers? Sorry, Paul, if I've got that wrong. And also, everybody I can't really remember but there's lots of you keep coming and you keep commenting. Julie Goff, I think it is, or Gold, I can't remember her surname. Sorry again, Julie. She comes and Julie comes on and I think she's into the holiday home side of things, and everybody comments on the holiday home heritage page as well, the Facebook page that I've been running now for a few years. Again, I get so many good feedback about on that. It is fantastic. But having said that, just one last thing before I do go is on my Facebook page, on the Caravan Industry Experts, and I think the Holiday Home Heritage page, I had this guy come on who started saying, warning, do not buy a caravan, you'll lose 70% value, blah, 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 blah. He was the anti-holiday home brigade. Now, yes, I know there's people got problems with the value of the vans when they come to sell them again, and I think that is something that has to be addressed probably more. And I know some site owners have been very unfair, but I do know others that have been very fair. So it's, it swings around like car dealers, isn't it? You get a decent deal from a car dealership, and one that doesn't want to give you a decent deal or whatever, and gives you peanuts for your car. It's up to you what you do. So he came on, so I've tried to get rid of his messages because I just think they're completely obliterate. I don't want those sort of people just coming on with, everyone's allowed a comment, but not start to sort of shove it down our throats. So yeah, Lithuanian couple that came, videoed me, I videoed them. Hopefully going to get the video on the next week or two. Depends on, I'm waiting for some still photographs of them. And it seems Lithuania, static caravans are the big thing, and you can literally go virtually anywhere you want, and there's nobody to say you can't put it there, you can't put it there, or nothing. It's like, and it's like people just like to put them somewhere out of the way from other people. So that's quite interesting. They like to be some more solitude, and they were visiting some of the parks here, and they said, oh, a lot of the vans were quite close together. Well, it seemed like it to them, and they just thought it was down to the fact that we just like to be more sociable. Anyway, I'll leave you to it, and I shall see you on the next vlog or the next video of whatever it is, and I'll speak to you soon.